We are on Cemetery Ridge, the center of the Union line, on July 2nd and 3rd, 1863, the second and third days of the Battle of Gettysburg. Behind me is a very unusual monument. It is a monument to the 20th Massachusetts Infantry, a regiment in Major General Winfield Scott Hancock's 2nd Corps. The 20th Massachusetts Infantry is sometimes called the Harvard Regiment for the significant number of Harvard graduates who accepted commissions as officers in this regiment. Here at the Battle of Gettysburg, they will suffer the loss of 3 officers and 41 of its men killed. There are many beautiful monuments, highly artistic, on this battlefield, but this doesn't seem to be one of them. Part of the explanation is simple enough. It was economics. States such as Pennsylvania and New York provided at least $1,500 to each one of its regiments to build a monument here at Gettysburg. But Massachusetts only offered each of its regiments $500. Therefore, most of the Massachusetts monuments here at Gettysburg are fairly understated. The 20th Massachusetts chose as the major feature of its monument a large conglomerate rock. The locals up in Massachusetts called it Pudding Stone. It was taken from the hometown of the regimental commander. The regimental commander here was Colonel Paul Joseph Revere, a very famous name in Massachusetts and national history. Colonel Revere is the grandson of the famous Paul Revere of Revolutionary War fame. Here at the Battle of Gettysburg, Colonel Paul Revere will be mortally wounded, and he will die a day after he was wounded. You didn't have to look deeply into his ranks to see other connections with the colonial past as well. One of his second lieutenants was an 18-year-old young man by the name of Sumner Payne. When the war broke out back in 1861, Payne was only 16 years old, and his parents would not let him go off to war. Instead, they sent him off to Harvard College. And they told him that during the year that he turned 18, during that summer, if he did well in his studies, they would find a position for him in the Army. This 1863 was the summer of his 18th year. Young Payne did well in his studies, and in May of 1863, his parents found him a position here with the 20th Massachusetts. Here at Gettysburg, during the great artillery bombardment, Sumner Payne would be wounded a little bit by a piece of artillery shell. Later, during the advance of Pickett's division across these open fields, a bullet would hit Payne in the knee, and it would be a mortal wound. Sumner Payne's first battle was also his last battle. He is resting today in the Soldiers' National Cemetery here at Gettysburg. Lieutenant Payne's name may also sound familiar to you. You may recognize his grandfather, the famous pamphleteer of the Revolution, Thomas Paine.